Hey guys, it's CryptoXD here with another video. So it has been a while since I made a video, and today I want to share and talk more about the Layer 3 airdrop, because I've spent a lot of time doing my research and trying to complete as many quests as I can to qualify for the airdrop for Layer 3. Okay, so Layer 3 is one of the biggest competitors to Galaxy. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of the Galaxy Quest platform in the crypto space. And Layer 3 right now is behind Galaxy, and there is another SocialFi based project, Quest based project called Interact. So those are the three major players in the crypto space right now. So I do believe the Layer 3 airdrop is not going to be fantastic. Alright, I'm expecting somewhere between a $500 to $1,000 airdrop if you do qualify. Okay, and why is that so? Alright, because I did a research on the Galaxy market cap, and I realized that SocialFi based projects or Quest based projects like Galaxy, like Layer 3, somehow their tokens, they are not very high. Okay, their tokens don't have amazing valuation. I think Galaxy valuation right now is not even sitting at $1 billion, and it's right now the biggest, the biggest player, in the Quest based space for the crypto industry. Right, so I don't think Layer 3's airdrop is going to be worth a lot either. Okay, but I do believe it will be able to cover all of the costs you spend doing all of these quests. Alright, that's the bare minimum. And so now you're going to ask me, alright, why should I then farm this Layer 3 airdrop if it's not going to pay me well? Okay, I think the most important thing, when I was farming this airdrop is that I realized, a lot of these quests that you see around here actually helps to boost the reputation score of your wallet. Right, and the reputation score is very important because this is one of the key criteria that projects like Zksync, projects like Scroll, projects like Base, all of these projects don't have their own tokens yet. Alright, and they do look at your reputation score when they decide to issue airdrops. Alright, so while farming Layer 3 airdrop, you're actually farming a lot of different airdrops as well. Okay, so now let's talk about the criteria to receive airdrop for the Layer 3 network. Okay, so over here, alright, you can see this is the trophy road. Alright, and there is a ton of rewards you can receive, alright, by clearing the trophy roads. Okay, so some of the quests, when you go back to the quest tab, you'll see some of these quests has this cube. Okay, so the goal is to collect as many cubes as you can, and to qualify for the Layer 3 airdrop, you need at least 100 cubes. You didn't hear that wrongly. 100 cubes is required for you to get the Layer 3 airdrop, and I've earned 128 cubes so far. Alright, so every quest at most can only give you 1 cube, and not every quest will give you a cube. Okay, so let's say this Layer 3, alright, you can see, alright, there's a ton of quests that will give you cubes. Right, but there are also quests like this one, you see there is no cube. Okay, but even though some quests there is no cube, you do still need to complete as many quests as possible, because alright, now I'm going to show you the airdrop tab. So if you click here season 1, okay, you can see eligibility confirmed for the airdrop. So what is the most important criteria for the airdrop, alright, in terms of how much tokens you'll be receiving? Okay, the first thing is your level. So I'm level 21 right now, and I'm trying to get as many EXP as I can by completing as many quests. So even if some quests don't give cubes, I'm still doing them because they give me EXP, which give me higher level. So I'll get more airdrops. Okay, the second is cubes. So the minimum to qualify for the airdrop is 100 cubes. Okay, but you can go as many as possible because here it states every cube counts. So the more you collect, the more airdrop you will receive. Okay, so these are the most important criteria. Alright, so one place to explore the quest to see what quest is coming in is to click on the new tab. So over here you can see, every single day you come back here, you will see there is more new quests over here, and some of them there are cubes. Alright, some of them there are no cubes. Okay, so collect as many cubes as you can. Alright, some of the quests is very expensive to complete. Alright, it requires you to mint an NFT that costs $5, $10 even to get a cube. So if you don't want to do those quests, it's totally fine. In fact, I've already created, alright, this whole list of Layer 3 airdrop quests that you can complete. Alright, and the task requirements are all stated beside it, as well as the chain. Alright, so over here you would probably need almost every single chain, Layer 2 chain that you can think of. Alright, you need gas fees on Arbitrum, you need gas fees on Avalanche, you need gas fees on Base, Zksync, Scroll, alright, Polygon, Optimism, BNB, Linear. Alright, Scroll I've mentioned already. You need Zetachain as well, and Celo. Okay, as well as Fuse. Alright, and Genesis and Metis even. So there's really a ton of quests that requires your interaction across almost all of the chains that you can think of. Okay, so here are some of the tips that I've written down while I was completing the quest. Alright, so any quest with no minimum amount deposit or swap, you can just do 0.00001. Okay, this will help you to save on gas fees. Alright, the second tip is to always verify the quest first. So when you're doing the quest, alright, any quest, let's say this quest, they will always ask you to, let's say I continue, right? Okay, then they will say min on bonfire. So always click on the verify first. Alright, even if it says no token transfer, then you can go on to continue the quest, because some of the quests you may already be eligible to claim. Alright, so don't go and do the quest again if you can already claim the airdrop. Okay, so tip number 3, alright, claim 3 times EXP coupon from the rewards map before completing quest. So if you go back to layer 3, remember the reward map over here. Alright, you click on my progress. You can see, alright, there is a ton of rewards over here, and some of them is an EXP boost. So this is a 2-time EXP boost, alright, but there is also a 3-time EXP boost if you reach level 10. So definitely activate your boost and one-shot clear as many quests as you can by activating this boost, so you get as much EXP as possible. Okay, so that's tip number 3 for you. Alright, so now we are moving on to tip number 4. Alright, complete all quests in one sitting if you can. Okay, and why this is very important is because I tried completing a few quests and I went to sleep and I came back and I realized that, you know, some of the quests state that I have already completed it, but it was more than 1 hour ago. Okay, so there is a 1 hour time gap between some of the quests. Alright, so that's why, you know, let's say if you need to conduct a transaction on Zetachain, for example. Okay, and if you already done the transaction, maybe another quest came up that requires you to do the same thing. Alright, you can one-shot complete both of that quest if you complete in the same sitting. But if you come back 1 day later, you will not be able to complete that quest. Alright, and then for tip number 5, alright, EXP and level, which we covered earlier, will affect your airdrop allocation. So more cubes will also grant you more airdrops. Okay, and tip number 6, okay, why I'm farming layer 3, the most important thing is that I'm actually farming the base airdrop, the Zora airdrop, the scroll airdrop, the Zksync airdrop, the mood airdrop, as well as the Zetachain airdrops all together. Okay, I'm not just farming layer 3, I'm farming all of these airdrops together, and maybe the layer 3 airdrop is more than enough already to cover all the fees I spend. Alright, but I'm also farming all of these airdrops by putting more footprints on this chain. Okay, so I think this is very important. That's why I'm farming this layer 3 airdrop. Alright, it's very tedious, but I do think it will pay down the road. Okay, and then one more important thing. Alright, so let's say if you have already completed all the quests that you want to complete. So how can you find more quests to complete? Alright, click on these streaks, and you can see there are daily quests that you can do, as well as weekly quests that you can do that will also grant you EXP and cubes. Okay, so this task, this circle here shows how many times you need to complete this quest before you can claim the cube. Okay, so that's all for these cubes and everything. Alright, so let's run through some of the quests. Okay, so this whole quest list that I've already completed for my 100 quests is included here. Alright, but what's also important to note is that, for example, Zetachain. Okay, so some of the quests that you're completing here, you can also complete on the Zeta Hub. Alright, so Zeta right now is having an airdrop event right now, whereby, you know, if you complete certain quests, let me show you right now. Okay, I switch to Zetachain, and you can see, alright, there's a ton of quests that grant you EXP here, and all of these will translate to airdrops when they finally launch, I believe, somewhere next month. Okay, I believe they will distribute the airdrop next month. So if you haven't joined this yet, be sure to participate now. Alright, and if you use my referral link, you will get 1000 XP as well. Okay, so try to get as much XP as you can by completing all of these quests. Alright, a lot of these quests will only cost you like 5 cents, 10 cents to complete, because it's very cheap to transact on the Zetachain network. Okay, so technically you are not only completing the layer 3 quest, but you're also completing the quest on Zetachain, which will qualify you for airdrops. Okay, and that's the same for mood. Alright, so as you can see, alright, there is a ton of quests here also for mood. Okay, so if you go to the mood, alright, you can bridge from the mainnet, which only costs $3 right now because Ethereum gas fees are very low. Alright, there's not a lot of users on Ethereum right now. So if you use the Ethereum main bridge to bridge your tokens over to the mood network, you can also complete a lot of these quests if you haven't already done so. Okay, so that's all for the tips I have for you for layer 3. Alright, if you guys got any questions, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. Alright, I hope you guys, take advantage of this opportunity to boost your footprints on a lot of these different chains that haven't issued their tokens yet. Alright, don't fade on all of these projects, especially if you have time. Okay, because the cost, alright, it's not very expensive to complete all of these quests. Trust me. Alright, there are some quests that cost more, but you can always skip those quests and just do the ones that cost 10 cents, 20 cents. Alright, and minting every cube will cost somewhere around between 25 to 30 cents to mint a cube. Okay, so if you mint 100 cubes, that will already cost about $30. Right, and the duration to complete all of these quests wouldn't take you more than 4 to 5 hours. Okay, if you just spend some time, sit down and focus on doing all of these quests. Okay, and some of these quests, alright, why I say you can farm Zora airdrop. Okay, for example, this quest, right, on layer 3. Alright, that requires you to mint NFT. Okay, so technically you are farming 2 airdrops with this strategy. Alright, you are farming the base airdrop because this quest is by base. Alright, it's on base. By minting the airdrop, you're minting the NFT on the Zora network. So technically, you're farming both the base airdrop as well as the Zora airdrop together, and you're also farming layer 3 cubes. Okay, so try to complete all of these quests, alright. But the problem with this quest is that it's more expensive. Alright, it costs at least $2.50 to mint an NFT on Zora, and it can cost as much as $10 to mint an NFT on Zora. Okay, so that's the downside for this mint quest for Zora. But I do believe Zora airdrops will be massive. Okay, I think the airdrops will be worth at least 300 to 500 million dollars. I think Zora is one of the largest NFT platforms in the space right now, as well as a layer 2 chain. Okay, so that's all for this video. Alright, be sure to follow me on X and subscribe if you enjoyed this alpha on how to farm your layer 3 airdrops as well as all of these different layer 2 chains. And I'll see you guys in the next video.